Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's time for part 3, so let's just get to it. This one's going to be all about different training programs. First question, does smolov or sheiko work with natty lifters? Yeah, I know you guys are going to assume because those are Russian lifting programs that they only work if you're using Turinabol or Dianabol. Not actually true. They're very proven methods. Many drug-free successful powerlifters have utilized these programs and made progress on them. I know at least one guy personally who has used both, made great progress. He is a lifetime natural and he squats over 500 pounds. And he isn't a very heavy guy. So they certainly work, but here's the problem. Guys who are weak want to do these sort of very intense Russian advanced training programs who are weak. And ultimately, I think the biggest risk there is that doing something that aggressive when you just need the basics is really silly, and it predisposes a lot of guys to injuries. I would say, and this might upset some of you, but if you're at least an average sized guy, you're not really short and therefore have a light body weight, and you're not squatting over 400 pounds. Straight up raw, and I'm talking 400 pounds raw, no knee wraps. Because a 400 pound raw squat turns into a 450 when you put knee wraps on. Straight up, if you can't squat 4 plates per side, you have no business playing with a program like that. Stick to something basic. Go back to some 3-day-a-week full body program where you squat 3 days a week. Hell, run Madcows. That will get you to a 400 plus squat in no time. Which is one that we're going to discuss next, so let's get to that. Opinions on Madcows 5x5. Maybe doing it after completing your novice program. Yeah, no problem. I have said before repeatedly that Madcows with appropriate accessories added in is a good program to do after completing my novice program. Now, it is more strength oriented than my novice program, but that's good. Your overall total weekly workload is going to be a little lower because of fewer total work sets, but it will get you big, it will get you strong. But it is a strength program, so for you guys who are using it for power building purposes, instead of powerlifting or athletic purposes, you're going to need to add in accessory work to bring up those weak points. You're going to have to throw in some extra arm work and stuff, or your arms are going to start lagging. So it's a good program, but keep in mind those limitations. And even for guys who are going to use it for powerlifting, you will need to do a little bit of accessory work in there based upon your weak points. Remember that as a powerlifter, your weak points change from month to month. You don't just throw random accessories in. You add accessories based upon what you need. You don't throw in everything but the kitchen sink. That is dumbass bodybuilder mentality of, because as soon as this stops working, I'll just add more drugs. And you don't want to get into that bodybuilder mindset as a power lifter. Because that is ultimately what happens. The people who throw in just everything randomly with no pre-thought, it fails, it doesn't work, and every time they stall, they just up the dose. That's bodybuilder mentality. Do not do that shit as a strength athlete. You'll live longer, and you'll save a lot of money if you don't. Alright, next question. What is your opinion on 531 boring but big for strength and size? Alright guys, I've covered this quite a few times. Windler 531, depending on some people just flounder on it, some people thrive on it. You have to try it to see. I've said before though, if you're going to do it drug-free, you need to swap the templates around, that you need to do the squat accessories on the deadlift day, deadlift accessories on the squat day, and same when you switch the bench press and the overhead press. You'll get better progress doing it that way. That's the way I would do it. But it is certainly viable. It's a very viable program. It's a successful program. It is effectively a power building program written by a powerlifter that a lot of powerlifters use, but because it's really a power building program, it's a crossover between bodybuilding and powerlifting. So it can be successfully used for both. I know competitive bodybuilders and competitive powerlifters, both who have used it successfully. I know natural guys who've used it. I know enhanced guys who've used it successfully in both groups. So give it a try. And some people just flounder on it. I do know a couple of natural guys who tried it and they lost strength. They struggled on the program. Depends on your person. So all you can do is give it a try and see. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.